Knock, knock. Who's there? Finish line. Finish line who? So we all know about the debacle that I had last week ordering a pair of Jordans from Finish Line and they sent me the wrong pair. This is the replacement pair. Have a look at this box. This is exactly the way this pair of shoes showed up at my door. I mean, this is completely unacceptable. I'm a sneaker collector and I buy a lot of shoes to collect and put on display. And believe it or not, the condition of the box is actually important to me too. So when a pair of shoes shows up at my door looking like this, I already know that the box is going to be completely busted. Like I can tell you right now, I'm going to be returning these shoes and I don't even know what they look like in there. It's completely unacceptable. This kind of stuff happens not only when you buy shoes from a random person on eBay, but also when you're buying from the big brands like Finish Line and Foot Locker and Foot Action and Champs. I bought a pair of Champs a month ago and they shipped them to me in a plastic bag. It's totally unacceptable, and honestly, even Nike isn't shipping packages the way that they should. Packages need to be cared for. The shoes need to be shipped in boxes that are the right size. It should never look like this. This is totally terrible. So anyway, I want to get back to this video. Originally, I ordered some Air Jordans on Finish Line. I was convinced that I could buy this pair of shoes, tell you the story behind them, and that you would turn around and buy the shoes. Man, this is terrible. But in fact, it turned out to be a completely different couple of videos. One where they sent me the wrong shoe, and then another one. I mean, look at this. This is so bad. So bad. This is one of those 2015 Air Jordan remastered boxes. I mean, what's the point of Nike and the Jordan brand making remastered shoes if the retailers are going to ship them like this? I mean, this is so bad, so bad. Definitely keeping that return slip. Fortunately, you can bring shoes back to the Finish Lines at the mall and get your money back. And actually, Finish Line is one of the few companies that when you order shoes online, sometimes they ship those shoes from the mall. Like they'll find the Finish Line closest to your house and ship them that way. So that actually has a lot to do with why the box looks like this, the inconsistencies in the system and processes, and even in the packaging itself. It's totally unacceptable, and these major companies need to have distribution centers where they ship from. That being said, I want to get off the topic of this rant and have a look at these Air Jordan 1 high straps. These were $125. Ooh, the paper at least looks good. And they're readily available. Like, you could buy this shoe right now on Foot Locker, on Foot Action, on Champs, on Eastbay. They don't have it on Nike.com, and there's just a few sizes that they have left at Finish Line. But this shoe is pretty much readily available. There you go. Air Jordan 1 high strap. And I want to compare this pair of shoes to another pair of Air Jordan 1 high straps, and then just some regular Air Jordan 1 highs. And we can sort of introduce this pair into its family. Check out this pair right here. Came out in early 2009, $110. It's another pair of Air Jordan 1 high straps. This one's more in the traditional black and red colorway. Check this out, by the way. Do you see that shimmery silver on there? Sometimes when you have black leather shoes and you keep them in storage for a little while, it gets this like fairy dust on here. I have no idea where it comes from. It does come off. You just have to rub it, sometimes with a moist cloth. But it's so weird how black leather shoes sometimes do this. I've had this happen to black Dunks, Blazers, Air Force Ones, and now these Air Jordan straps. There you go. The Air Jordan 1 straps from 2009 retailed for $110, and believe it or not, they were trading for in the $400 and $500 range before Nike released the OG version of the black and red Air Jordan 1 at the end of 2013. Let's have a look at these next to one another. They're really, really cool. I really like the strap on the black and red edition, and this black and red nylon pair is pretty cool. Not nearly as cool as the leather one. That's much more reminiscent of the OG. But there you have them side by side. So last December, at the end of December 2014, this shoe surfaced in Europe. And actually, Nice Kicks did a really cool story on it, and they were calling this shoe the Gold Chain Edition. And it actually had to do with the Velcro strap being gold. So you can see the Velcro strap on this pair right here is three-toned, black, white, and red. It's sort of like a Nike Vandal. On this one right here, it's black and gold. And they were calling these shoes the Gold Chains in honor of Michael Jordan's gold necklace that he was wearing in the 1985 Slam Dunk Contest. Now, before these shoes came out, I saw pictures, I thought gold chain, I was like, wow, this is crazy. Nike's going so deep into their storytelling. These shoes are going to be a hit. And now they're just sitting around at retail for $125. On top of the gold chain reference, you'll notice that this pair is in nylon, whereas this pair over here is in leather. I want to actually break out a couple more pairs of Air Jordan 1 highs, a nylon in Max Orange. And then over here, we'll break out that OG 2013 that we were talking about earlier. So we can sort of compare them. So the nylon pair right over here, actually the Nice Kicks article said that it was inspired by Michael Jordan's jumpsuit, his warm-up suit that he was wearing back in 1985. And again, I was like, man, gold chain, jumpsuit, these shoes are going to sell out for sure. Then the shoes released, the nicknames didn't stick, they're sitting around on all of the different websites, and nobody really cares about them. And that is a lot to do with the power of a nickname. And that's why you also will see Nike these days creating their own nicknames for shoes. I think it's much cooler when they leave it to the sneakerheads. Like, I think it's amazing that there was that December Nice Kicks article where it was saying, hey, this could be a nod to the gold chain. Hey, this could be a nod to the nylon jumpsuit. And then we come up with a nickname, the gold chain or the jumpsuit Jordans. But nowadays, Nike's coming out with the nicknames before the shoes even come out. And it just feels so artificial, like they're trying to create hype for shoes, like some silly nickname, like Bulls Over Broadway or Lady of Liberty or Double Nickel or you name it. Seems like every Air Jordan has a nickname, and it's just silly. I think they ought to leave it to the sneakerheads to come up with the nicknames, and what they really have to do is figure out how to ship boxes. Let's get back to this original box right here. Come on, Finish Line, look at this. You think I'm going to put this box on display in a shoe museum? Totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. I wish the brands would take better care when they're shipping shoes, and I wish Nike would leave it to the sneakerheads to come up with the nicknames.